Hadvar. I can't even begin to fathom the amount of people I've killed in my lifetime. Even before Merlin's quest. There were some just, some unjust, some a last-ditch defense, and others a massacre. But from time to time, there are those precious few faces that you remember. Hadvar. He's tapped me on the arm time and again throughout the quest. A nagging reminder of what I did to him. Why? Why him, out of the countless others? Is it because he has a family down in Riverwood, who are presumably still holding out hope that their boy will come home? He could have spared me that detail at least, if only to make him seem a little less human. Or is it because he chose to help me, to cut me free, to put a sword in my hand? The same sword I ran through his back. Based off everything I knew at the time, the Imperial ambush, the beheading without even a hearing, but more like what seemed a why not. Yeah, I did the right thing, even with Hadvar. In the same situation with the same facts, the same lucky break, I'd do it again. And dwelling like this is the price for making such a decision. The one thing I could do to lighten the burden is walk down to Riverwood, look Hadvar's uncle in the face and tell him where the boy's buried. If they only knew how close he was. But you know what? I don't think I'll ever have the balls to do that. At least, whilst I'm still living. It's funny where we people draw the line, isn't it? I'll run a sword through a guy like Hadvar, go through all the effort of dragging his body through the snow, of digging him a grave, burying him, finding him something resembling a headstone, and yet, I don't even have the balls to tell the people that care. The people that ought to know what happened. The people that need closure. It's been dead quiet here. Just me, the dead, and the wildlife. I think I heard the boots of the guys trudging down to Falkreath earlier, so I best go join them. Farewell, Hadvar. Farewell. So let me get this straight. And yes, there's a bit of an irony here. J'zargo knew the entire time but didn't even think to prod me and tell me about what I had forgotten. No? About what had been so important? Something of conscious importance? Soul importance? And it wasn't until J'zargo imparted that concern, in quotations, to Inigo, and that Inigo decided to impart the knowledge to Kharjo, that Kharjo finally had the balls, and who am I talking about having balls, to tell me that I had forgotten not just my soul, but everyone else's soul back in the soul cairn. I was so eager to get out of there, but I even revisited to go free Valerica from there and didn't even bother to check after my own soul. Am I so fatalistic? So obsessed by the idea that I have to be handing over my souls to whatever Daedric Prince wants it today that I'll happily just hand it over willy-nilly to what are they called? The Idol Masters? The Masters, something Masters in the Soul Cairn. I just wouldn't even bother retrieving it. To be honest, I wouldn't even bother going back for it, but there are a couple of things that make me actually want to go back for it, and none of them are really about me, aside from the fact that Serana seemed to imply that my life essence would be weakened, and probably still is, and your guys' still is. If you guys want your souls, that's good enough reason for me to go back. It's all about you, it's not about me. So I suppose we should probably make that journey. What a typical Norton thing to do, eh? Just like I'm not going to ask, but
from elsewhere, but magic.
Would Merlin have prodded you? Hey, tell Norton. To be honest, I'd expect a tome entry of him screaming at me, but as far as I know, he hasn't
go wherever he can to learn more.
sent one over, so to speak, so, hey. Thanks for the realisation. Thanks for at least finally conceding discussing it with Inigo, and thank you for not even coming to me. Thanks for giving it to Carjo. He's sensible, you see. Thank you, Carjo.
He's always watching for thieves and pickpockets.
I almost forgive you for breaking my face. Almost. Right.
Can I help you, friend?
I talked to Val. He's agreed to meet with you. You can help to Helgen at your own convenience.
Excellent. Well done, my friend. I'm ready to go, but there's just one thing. I'm getting too old for fighting. Well, at least by myself, that
Do you
is.
plan on fighting Val?
I was hoping that it wouldn't be too much of a burden on you to escort me to the keep. There's another 250 gold in it for you, if you will.
I was going to ask. I'd like to be paid for my services, out of principle rather than needing it. If you saw how much gold I had, you'd probably think we could go start our own empire. Okay, stick close to me, let's go. We'll get you up there in one piece. Tips are welcome.
I'm right behind you, but don't go too fast. Unlike you young ones, I'm not cut out for this shite anymore.
It's a strange word for someone of your lilt to be using.
Be mindful.
They sound very common like me.
Jazargo can learn magic from these men and elves, but they cannot learn to be as dashing as he. Jazargo comes out on top.
No one could ever be as dashing as you. Come on, fellas, let's go. Inigo,
Yes, my friend.
any thoughts before we leave?
I'm thinking that it is colder outside than it is in here.
Unfortunately, yeah. Want to get some mead down you. Just mead, I swear.
Come on, legs. We are on the move again.
So it would seem. Right, come on, you. Strange choice of weapon, considering you come from the Great War. Right then. Janice, is this going to be an eventful journey, do you reckon? Only one way to find out. To be fair, I'm kind of interested to see how this reunion is actually going to go down. It's absolutely none of my business, though. Within, what, a day of it kind of being my business, it is totally my business, and I'm totally invested in this. I want to see what they say to each other, what their relationship's like with each other. Just, I feel like a total gossip. That's in my blood, that. I'll see to you on the return journey. Does this still look relatively clear? I think so. Right, mind the rocks. It was a test. It was a test. You all passed. Norton strikes again. One day it's gonna be the end of me. Absolutely. It appears we are at an impasse. good hit. Where's Janice? Oh, he wasn't lying, was he? Come on. Bloody hell. You're out with your knees, eh? I was implying old age, nothing else. Right. Who are these? Merchants. Oh, not directly enough path of them. Right, Janice. I believe Helgen is a right-hand turn here. Yes, it is. I would have used Arvak, but you got a man like Janice around, having even more speed than I already have already. Probably not a good thing. Let's just watch. That's your first one down. Jeez, they're just far quicker, aren't they? Look at these guys lumbering around. That field of view as well with the helmets.
You wish to speak to me? Possible. Doesn't concern you. Walk away now. Walk away now.
I want to walk away, but you're in the way. Hmm?
You're interfering with official form or business. Walk away now. Walk away now.
Sure.
Walk away now.
Say that again, I'll be walking right back there, love. Come on. I know. I feel like someone from, like, the Imperial Library. Or, I don't know. Some place of imperial importance. Observing the wildlife as they go about their day. Go about their day-to-day. Go about what that wildlife chooses to do. Just observing its natural habitat. Until it tries to threaten me, and then I don't really want to... Oh, I'm kind of caught whether to intervene or not, but... I don't know, it's fascinating to just watch what's going on. Janice! Perhaps I was being sensitive of me, considering Janice and Val's past lives. Ooh, actually, that could have been quite insensitive just by... forget it. I'm not here to debate the minutiae. Right.
Nothing new to talk about right now, friend. Stay safe out there.
Oh, are we friends now?
Valerius Tiberius Arctoria, you old dog. Come here, my friend. Let us have a look at you.
Marcus, why have you come?
Valerius, I'm sure this is quite a shock to you, and terribly unexpected. I came here to check on my family, but it appears none of them survived. Then I realized you were here, so I decided it was in both our interests for two old friends to meet again. At last.
Ah, your brother, yes. Marcus, I'm very sorry. Whatever the circumstances, it does my eyes good to see you again after all these years.
Yes. Same here, old friend. Same here. So, the Keepers of Hatu in Skyrim. Who would have ever dreamed of such a time?
The Keepers of Hatu.
All right, Janice, what is it you really want? Don't forget, I know you, so out with it.
Yes, you do know me, old friend, better than most. Very well. I aim to rebuild this town and make her my home.
Rebuild? Janice, I have no intention of helping you or anyone else rebuild a town. I'm here on other business.
I know, an idealist,
Yes, I know, Valerius, but if what I propose is true, perhaps we can be mutually beneficial to one another. All I'm asking is that you hear me out. After that, if we're not in agreement, we can part ways and you'll likely never see me again.
That what you propose is true? Have you proposed this thing yet?
There's plenty of time to get to all that later. Right now, let's just catch up on old times.
Well, you're in luck, Janice. Those bandits left some fresh wine downstairs, and I need a drink.
Chisargo.
Yes, I could use a drink too, old friend. Let me say goodbye to my new friend, and I'll join you. I can't thank you enough for your help. As agreed, here is your compensation.
You'd never mentioned rebuilding hell until now. Why? Is it because it's such a stupid idea? And rebuild it for who for? For yourself? You not thought one of the Imperial Legions in Cyrodiil might not come north and just completely requisition the place from you? Or are you doing it for the Legion? Or... Stupid idea, but very interesting. You have me intrigued, Marcus Janus.
I apologize for that. I certainly wasn't intentionally keeping anything from you. I just wanted to meet with Valerius before I brought it up. But yes, I want to make Helgen my home. But she certainly has seen better days, that's for sure.
Wonder when.
You know, I grew up just across the border in Cyrodiil. And Helgen was always a place my family visited when I was a boy. I have many fond memories of those days. And now, with my brother and his family gone, let's just say he'd be happy that I settled here. And from what I could tell as we came in, it'll be a lot of work cleaning everything up. But nothing impossible.
Right.
Then we can take a look at what's left of these buildings and begin rebuilding from there.
Right.
I'm sure there'll be plenty of work for you if you're interested. Why don't you take a day and think about it? That'll give Valerius and I some time to catch up and come up with a plan. Can you return to see us in a day or so?
In a day or so? Yeah. Sure, why not? I'll see you later.
Thank you once again, friend. I'll see you then.
Now then, Marcus, let's go get that wine. You're in one piece, so I trust your trip went smoothly.
Yes, fortunately it was without incident. Of course, I had Patsy to protect me.
Patsy.
Ah, yes, dear Patsy. This honorable and loyal...
I laugh at the idea. I make fun of him for his idealism.
How long has it been now, about?
But
Nearly 20 years?
It's been too long. So, you still running that trading outfit out of
I gotta admit,
No, not anymore. At least,
I kinda like the guy.
business
Both of them, actually.
it seems.
I kinda do.
Cyrodiil just can't get back on its feet.
Huh.
Yes, the same thing about Hammer.
And you know, me being obsessed with this idea of finding stuff that's unquestionably good.
Desperate times.
What's unquestionably better than rebuilding a place? Making a home for people. I presume it's not just going to be him who's going to live here. If it's him who's going to live here, it kind of negates my entire point. But if we could make a community, yeah, there's something feel good about that, isn't there? To offset other things, our way of life, right? An interesting thought to ponder. I'll leave it with you three. I'll leave it bubbling on the back of my mind. Return in a day or so. What could I do with a day or so?
Another quiet day.
Yeah, if not a bit foggy. So I decided the best thing to do with my time would be to make a return back here to the college. Not been that long since I returned last, but there were a lot of promises I made when I was back here last, such as chairing a directorate meeting, which never happened. I also acquired some books during my questing with the Dawnguard, shall we say, which I want to kind of hand over to the librarian, see what he makes of them. A peace offering? Maybe. Conditions aside, our relationship is a bit frosty. Snap the fingers. There we go. Look at that. No abracadabra needed this time. So, I need to chair that meeting. I'm going to speak to the librarian. I'm also going to have a speak around with, a bunch of people, really, and just catch up to see what everyone's doing. Seeing if there's, anything they can do for me, or anything I can do for them. After all, I'm a member of the directorate here. The honorary Archmage, if not actually the Archmage anymore. But, yeah, why not? Why not? I belong here just as much as anyone else, as contrary to my magical ability. Good. Everyone's here. Lessons still going as they were. Ormond. Excuse me, Ormond. I need to talk to you.
College is a bit of an oddity in Skyrim. Magic isn't something that's looked upon fondly here.
No, but we say we got to embrace it, right? That's exactly what we've got to do. Let's embrace it. Let's investigate things that we wouldn't investigate because we were afraid of that reputation. It's not a you know exactly what I mean. Ormond, I have your amulet. I should have delivered it to you last time. I'm sorry for keeping a hold of it for so long. Here you are, pal.
I didn't think you'd really give it back. Thank you, friend. It's good to know I can count on you.
No problem. No problem.
All right, then.
All right. Who else can I talk to? What you?
There are few places where one can pursue my type of work without fear of persecution.
Well, do you know of many conjurers outside the college? I mean, there's what we're doing in here, but what about outside the college? Could you perhaps bring some more staff in?
Not within society, no. Many who practice within the school of conjuration do so on their own, secretly. Valian is the only one I know who is public about what he does. He was once my teacher here, but left the college years ago.
So he did. Yeah. Why did Valian leave the college? Yeah. Will you answer that?
He didn't like the Archmage. Hated dealing with him. Hated having to answer to him. Valian said he hated what this place was becoming, so he just left. Arin found a note on his desk, and that was it. I understand he settled down in Hjalmarch, and his presence there caused something of a problem.
Very interesting. I hope the college becomes something that Valian would like to engage with again in the future. I won't be inviting him. I think Merlin said something about that, actually. So, you said summoning undead isn't frowned upon. Could you elaborate on that? Because I kind of thought it was. I mean, conjuration, I suppose. Well, just magic in general that is muddy and murky is. I get that, but this is specific. Tell me why in your experience. I just want to know.
I sure know. Those archaic policies died out with the Mages Guild, and were never enforced here. Necromancy, as any other type of magic, is a tool to be used.
I agree.
Of course, non-mages may not see it that way, so we don't go around promoting it.
I see, absolutely. No problem with that attitude. As you were.
Until next time.
Yeah, next time. Oh dear. Am I just going around in circles now? Don't think I am.
I work on some very important research, I assure you.
Tell me about it.
You mean the official sort of business? Well, no, not really. But I can't help but notice that you're doing quite well for yourself. Rising through the ranks and all. It may not be official, but there is a project I've been working on. I wonder if perhaps you could assist me.
I'm all ears, Arniel. I'm not going to ask you stupid questions. The college is different now. Tell me more.
Yes. No, I don't think so. Not at this point. It's just that, well, I'm not even really sure it's going to amount to anything just yet. All theoretical right now, you understand? The implications are quite intriguing, I think. I simply need some experimental results to confirm my suspicions. Just bring me some Dwemer cogs. I need to examine them for the methods used in forging them. 10 of them should be enough for me to get a better understanding of how they were crafted. That's all I need, all right?
Do I still have that? I had a load of them for that Serene for the Dawnguard. Do I still have enough of
The
them?
exact nature of my research is a secret, I'm afraid. But it really is quite valuable.
Hey, you have me completely entertained. You don't have to sell it to me any more than you have to. You wanted me to get those Dwemer cogs, didn't you?
I simply need more pieces of Dwemer equipment to study. It's nothing dangerous. At least not necessarily. And please, let's keep this between us.
Sure. Sure, we absolutely can. I'll catch you when I catch you. Tolfdir. Tolfdir. Yep, sorry for kind of disappearing on you. Do you want to get all the heads of the departments and get them all over to the Archmage's quarters? And there's only a couple of chairs in there. Summon them a bunch of chairs. Yeah, I'll take the actual chair. Not you, even though you are actually the Archmage. There is also the matter of that lady who was rather rude to me the last time I was here, who said she thought the college was due for a change of leadership. I will be bringing up that at the directorate meeting. Mark my words, Inigo.
I don't want to see you treating any of these books poorly. Are we clear?
I don't want to see you walking away from it. Come here.
Hundreds of years have gone into assembling this collection. It's going to stay pristine, understand?
Sure. Hey, are you interested in any ancient Falmer tomes? I've only got a couple of them, and I think they're not even in the correct order. I think I may have missed some, or maybe others lost to the ages. Let's just believe it's the latter. Are you interested in these?
Well. I haven't seen one of these beauties in a long time. A rare find in the original Falmer language. You're damn right I'm interested. Question is, are you selling?
So this is the key to your heart, is it? This is the key to your heart. I have to bring you things and bond over knowledge, as opposed to trying to be personable with you. Very well, I will play the game. Hey, depends how much you're paying if I'm willing to part with them. Although I did come to you with them first. I could shop them around other places. So, why don't you make me an offer?
Well, considering no one else in Skyrim would buy something they couldn't possibly read, I'd say you don't have much of a choice.
I beg to differ.
Tell you what, you bring me books like this, and I'll pay 1,000 gold each. I'll even throw in a translated edition I have for free. Interested?
I'm not even going to haggle that. Pleasure doing business with you.
Here you go.
Thank you. Hey, translated copies. Nice.
Even with the college's laid-back attitude, there are still some things that are off limits.
I think the college is due for a change in leadership.
There are some experiments the college frowns on, if they're aware.
I still know my way around. And I still know how to get someone thrown out of here without a word in edgeways. Abracadabra. So, quite a positive meeting, all things considered. Who knows? But yes, a positive meeting. Good to know what all the heads of departments are doing now. Slightly shifted focus than the original, but, you know, it's not as if we're completely rebelling or anything. It's just that we're being a bit more mature about things. We're just looking into things as opposed to being, let's not touch that, please. So, it's good. It's good. I like the way Tolfdir is handling things. I mean, guys, you saw in there, Jazargo, you saw in there, the lesson's still going on as usual. All business as usual. Apart from we're a bit more open-minded. Huh? It's crazy how, in the attempts to be, I don't know, morally righteous, Savos Aran became very close-minded about certain aspects of magic, you know? How an attempt to be morally superior in that sense became so closed off to certain lines of thinking, to even appreciating a different point of view, you know? But here he is. Well, here I am, because Savos Aran's dead. being a little more mature about things. Me, of all people, I know. Anyway, I've spoken to most people in there. A good bit of business. However, there is one last thing I need to do here in Winterhold, aside from gather those Dwemer cogs. His Dwemer research. That certainly is interesting. That was the same guy who headed the Sarthal excavation, if I remember right. So, guy is more than capable. I should probably get Arvak out for this. Yes, there is one more thing left for me to do here. And that is a promise I made to dear old Septimus. Yes, tell you what. Stay on me, fellas. Come on. Good horse. Now. The promise I made to dear old Septimus was to bring back... he gave me a certain piece to get into dwarven mechanisms at Blackreach, as he called it. He also called it something else. I can't remember. But yes, he just wanted me to bring that back. I think bring back something else, which I acquired during that time, which is fine by me. I'm already getting a bit lost. Am I? Where did I mark it on my map? Okay, I was thinking it might be over there, but no, the shoreline looked off. Let's head over this way. Round, preferably. Okay, this snow's getting a lot worse now. Yes, since he wanted the... This is awful! I can't see! I got to go around. No way I'm trudging through that with this visibility. Can't go out the water! Can I go around? Oh, bugger. Please say I can. I think so, yes. Phew. I'd be worried a bit though. It's strange that that is all he wanted, Septimus. Though it does pose the question that he does have a Dwemer vault inside his little hidey-hole. Which leads me to believe, by a process of adding things together that perhaps don't go together, that he wants the dwarven Alright, come on. That he wants those dwarven... mechanisms to use with that. Talk about nature getting on with things. Far more stormcloaks, a hawker, a bear. You got some pace on you. I don't like this. Where's Arvak? What's that? For a painful moment, I thought you were setting light to Karjo. Though that may have been kindness, considering you've just been inside the freezing water. Good hits. Not even worth looting, you guys. What's that? That's a whole gaggle of them. That's nothing, it just looked a bit gnarly. Fair enough. Is he up this way?
How are you doing, Perzo? I am grateful to have the life that I do now.
Oh, don't be like that. You gotta make me tear up.
I am glad you traveled with us. Many thanks. May the sun keep you warm, even in this land bitter cold.
Karjo, can I just say how grateful I am to have you travelling with us? If it were just, I mean, no offence to you, Inigo, or you, Jazargo. If it was us two, or us three, and there was no Karjo here, I'd feel a great hole in my heart. I genuinely would. Now, my heart has been cold, my blood has ran cold. I have a questionable morality. or I call it, just someone who's willing to get their hands dirty, instead of pretending to be otherwise. But Kharjo, you really do complete everyone you come into contact with. Inigo, you do as well, in your own way. Just Argo, you do in your own way. Kharjo, never change, mate. Never. Right. It feels good to be ticking all these boxes, so to speak. I mean, I've been signing a lot of forms. Oh, I remember, well, I didn't that directorate meeting, but I remember when I first took over the Archmageship, I was signing a lot of forms, a lot of things, this, that, and the other, a lot of bureaucracy. But we all got through it in the end. Tell you, I'm glad to be handing that over to Tolfdir, because even signing those forms then at the directorate meeting, I don't know, gives you cramp in the hand. But it's good to be checking all this off, you know? One final thing to do here, to hand these things over, and then this Winterhold chapter is kind of over, I think. Right. Still raving. I think, though, he has put his little jug back on its pedestal. Its true nature, still unknown. Do I want to know it? I'm better off not knowing its true nature. Where does he do his business? I don't know. Septimus, do you remember me?
Dwemer in the beyond. When the top level was built, no more could be placed. It was and is the maximal apex.
Why are you so eager to open this box?
Ah, the box contains the heart. Ah, the essence of a god. I have devoted my life to the Elder Scrolls, but their knowledge is a passing awareness when compared to the encompassing mind of divinity. The Dwemer were the last to touch it. It was thought to have been destroyed by the Nerevarine, but my lord told me otherwise.
Your lord? I was beginning to think we'd already had this conversation based off, well, when you begin to ramble in circles, it begins to sound the same. This might be the only thing you could say to me that might make sense. Who is your lord? Did it live at the college? Is it that... is it the librarian? Could be. Wouldn't surprise me.
The Daedric Prince of the Unknown, Hermaeus Mora. I thought there were no secrets left to know until I first spoke to him. He asks a price to work his will. A few murders, some dissent spread, a plague or two, for the secrets I can endure. In time, he brought me here, to the box. But he won't reveal how to open it. Maddening.
The moment you said the name, there was a shift in the air. And all this talk of maximal apexes, of beneath the surface, underneath the dark. Suddenly I'm very creeped out. I kind of want to leave it. I've inscribed this lexicon for you. Just take it.
Give it, quickly. Extraordinary. I see it now. Like this. The ceiling structure interlocks in the tiniest fractals. Dwemer blood can loose the hooks, but none alive remain to bear it. A panoply of their brethren could gather to form a facsimile. A trick. Something they did not anticipate. No, not even them. The blood of Altmer, Bosmer, Dunmer, Falmer, and Orsimer. The elves still living provide the key. Bear you hence this extractor. It will drink the fresh blood of elves. Come when its set is complete.
You are asking me to kill people. I am as creeped out, I know it's kind of a first for me, as I am curious. And the task I have been given, despite all the ramblings, the talking in a way that I barely even comprehend, I've been given a simple task. A task that, despite all, I think I'm most capable of fulfilling. But for who? For Septimus? The goodwill of his box? Or for a higher power? Funny I can look at a place in such a different light. Let's get out of here. You guys stay back there. That is an order. I don't want to be eating anything just now. I don't really want to be getting close to those either. I know what they do to a person. Hello?
Come closer. Bask in my presence.
Good to meet you again. I wish I could actually say that genuinely.
I am Hermes Mora. I've been watching you since you defeated Mirac. Your progress is most impressive.
You know, I thought our deal was kind of done. I mean, I kind of gave a lot for you, and I suppose you've kind of given a lot for me. It was a transaction, I presumed it was closed. But now you're back. And not only that, you say you've been watching me the entire time. Why do I get the feeling that's uncomfortably true? What do you want of me?
Your continuing aid to Septimus renders him increasingly obsolete. He has served me well, but his time is nearing its end. Once that infernal lockbox is opened, he will have exhausted his usefulness to me. When that time comes, you shall take his place as my emissary. What say you?
What say I? I won't quite put it in servient words, but it's my understanding that I already fill that kind of role to you. I do have questions, I do have reservations, but this is something that cannot be undone. It's not as if I'm about to make a questionable decision. That decision's already been done. It's made on Solstheim. But you raise a very dark question. A pondering of sorts. About when your servants exhaust their usefulness to you. First Mirac, then Septimus. What about me? Resistance, especially to you, is futile. Smile and nod, Norton, smile and nod.